Okay, going back to scope management, and after we finish our and we collected all the requirement, we gather all the requirement, we have to start creating project document. And projects usually start with the first document called the project charter. Project charter. Project charter is basically a simple document, probably one page, two page. It will sign the start of the project by your sponsor. So your sponsor will give you the by signing this charter until you start the project. So you enter into the project. At the time, you will have to have project scope statement, and the statement, it must be finalized after you go through different revision. But the statement of the scope, it must be finalized. Okay. And then after that, you want to start to think about the project idea itself and start to think about how to create work breakdown structure. By definition, work breakdown structure is dividing your project idea into smaller tasks. And basically, you think about it in a way that these tasks can be accomplished by itself, and on this basis you divided the project that this task is basically digging down the foundation for the house. This is one task, and it has to be finished before you build in the columns and so forth. So work breakdown structure is very important because it is the foundation of everything, basically. And again, is decomposition and subdividing project deliverable into a smaller pieces. ماشي. This will show uh, an example of work breakdown structure for internet website. Let's examine how it is organized. You have in the higher level in intranet. Then intranet, we have website design as a one task, homepage design, another task, marketing page, and sales page. Don't think about the details of these at the same time. You have to, when you think about work breakdown structure, if you want to build the house and you thinking about making the columns for the house, do not think about anything further that like what kind of cement I need to use, what size of the metal I'm gonna be using the column, and so forth. Think about just building the column, then leave the details to further iteration in your analysis. The same thing in this screen, you see page بعدين باخذ marketing itself, and then think about marketing page individually by itself, what it need to be done into the marketing page, and so forth. So don't think about the detail at the same time, and use level when you creating your work breakdown structure. Another example which has the internet project. You have one first level. I want to create an internet project. This is the high picture. high level. Then second level, entire project will have concept, website development, rollout, and support. That's another level. Then under concept, look how much detail I can have. So organize your thought in logical way to divide your task into smaller deliverable pieces. That's the idea. And there's different way that you can do your levels. Like you when you do table of content, a higher title, then smaller titles under these this higher title, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, and this way you can be more organized and think about all the tasks that is need to be done. Any questions? Please ask if you have any question. And no questions?
مهندس أنا كتبت سؤال قبل شوي بالشات.
Okay, I'm running full screen. Let me go to the chat. Abdullah Saleh. It means we start with the outline, the main point. Exactly. You don't want to think about the detail. If you think about the detail, it will become like a brainstorms and will fade. And don't take it at once. You want to solve thing at once. Think about higher level, then leave it, then come down, take each one level and think about it in detail. Sometimes you have to further divide the second level into third level and third level into fourth level. It depends on your idea. Okay. And let's wrap up about the scope. And from the work breakdown structure, basically by using of the tools, you can create a Gantt chart, and from Gantt chart, you can extract the time and the priority and the network diagram for your projects. And just some guideline for creating work breakdown structure. Sometimes you want to use different approaches, depend on how you think, what you like. Sometimes top down approach, like you seen in the example I gave in the internet. You have an internet website. That's you start from the top, then you go down. Sometimes you start from the opposite way, bottom up approach. Start with a specific task and roll up with them. And mind mapping also a different approach or technique. It uses different technique like branching of the core idea structure and start to think about each branch um, individually. Okay, and basically this is what I want to cover, and the rest of the class will be talking about the quiz that we're gonna do today. Any questions? Any questions? Lena, do you have the questions handy?
نعم مهندس.
Do you have the questions handy?
عندي الأسئلة بس مش أنت بدك تبعتهم ولا أعطيهم أنا إياهم؟
Let me go over it a little bit.
Okay.
I want to present it again. Okay. Because just want to make sure that we are on the same page. Can you see my screen now?
لا لسه. يس هلا
Okay,
بين.
it's coming up. Everybody, type in the chat, please. If you cannot see, and if you can see, in both ways. Anas cannot see. Ilyas, one question. Okay, what is the one question? Abdullah Saleh, I just have a response from 4. Where is the rest? Abdullah Saleh, Anas, Ilyas, Saif, Zaid. I can see Saif, Ilyas, you can see, Zaid can see, Abdullah Sans can see. When Anas?
هيني دكتور موجود.
Can you see the screen? Just want to make sure you can see the screen.
Yeah, I can see the screen.
Okay, so we compile this list of the questions that will familiarize you with what is research, what we are doing, and how you write a research. So we'll assign you 5 questions for today. The very first 5, please, it is an open book, open note. You start now, you utilize the rest of the class to answer the first 5 questions. I think it's too much, Muhandis Elina, to have them all, and we'd rather to have them in different session.
يس أنا فكرت أنت بدك هلا تاخذ منهم بس كم من سؤال تعطيهم إياهم لليوم مش الليست كاملة.
So it is okay, then guys, let me compile a few questions, because I think there are a lots of questions, and beside I would like you to answer all of them just for your own benefit, but it is too much. That's why I'm gonna compile 5 questions, only 5 questions for you to help you in writing the report. Because if you don't know how to write the report and you submit the report, it will affect your grade negatively. I want you to write a better report so that you cover all the required. What is in the research report, how you approach the research, how you analyze the data. So let me compile this and wait for an email within 5 minutes. Okay, and stay online. I will just stop sharing right now, and then we'll send you the list of the questions you need to answer and submit by the end of the day in the next 5 minutes. Okay, if you have any question, I am here in the chat.
طب تيتشر احنا وين نقدر نلاقي بس الأسئلة؟
I will post it on e-learning.
تيتشر أنا
Right.
ما عندي e-learning time شغال. حكيت بعت للمهندس معاذ لي فترة بس ما حدا رد علي، لأنه كنت حاط الباسورد وغيروا لي إياه وما حكوا لي شو الباسورد.
آه،
مهندس، في طريقة إنه نرفع الفايل هون على التيمز من إذا
yeah
بفتح من activities
فاهم.
بنحط له إياها activities بعدين files نرفع له إياه وبنزلها من التيمز بقدر.
yes that's also an option.
انا جرب الباسورد الديفولت اللي هو HTU@123 الاتش كابيتال.
مظبط.